So the Zeigarnik effect is basically your brain saying, hey, you didn't finish the task. And so how does this show up in technology? The multiple tabs on the browser. That's what I do when I'm like, oh, I haven't finished with this task yet. I'll keep the tab open. And so now I'm like, 500 tabs open. This is one of the reasons why you have an endless scroll, because it's never complete. And so people will continue to scroll even when they don't want to. Hi, my name is Debbie. I'm a digital psychologist and I help you use tech smarter. If that sounds good to you, follow me for more. So the positives about not completing something is that you actually remember it better. So if you're watching an ad or even like a TV show where there's a cliffhanger, it actually causes you to remember and recall, for instance, the ad or the TV show better just because it ends incomplete. The other thing is that when you have problems that are unsolved, it actually causes you to think about them a lot more. That can actually lead to better problem solving. And oddly enough, it can help with procrastination. Procrastinating often happens when we haven't started the task. So when something is unfinished, that impulse to try to complete it will actually force you to try to close out the task. So some of the negatives that are actually kind of implied in the positives is that you can't stop thinking about it. It can impair your sleep. So how can you use the Zeigarnik effect in your everyday life? So as a positive, for instance, if you are really trying to figure out something, like solve a problem, and you're really stuck, what you can do is to sleep on it. That sort of incomplete task will kind of keep working in your sleep, but use it cautiously, because as I said before, when it is something that is really distressing and you cannot close the loop, you won't be able to fall asleep. So if you don't want to start ruminating about tasks, is actually figure out how to close some of those loops before bed so it doesn't affect your sleep. I do a huge brain dump before bed. I dictate it to my LLM, and so I can feel like I close the loop. So whether or not you use AI, have some sort of system, that way you don't sort of keep thinking over and over and over again about it if you don't want to. So close those loops when you can so that you can give your brain a little bit of a rest, and then keep specific loops open where you want to actually dedicate more brain power to it. Hopefully this helps and you can close some of those tabs on your browser. And I'll see you in the next one.